Hello, it's the last working day of the week, and this is your favorite business program, Market Avenue, live on GBC News, and also we're streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. My name is Sani Abdurrahman, doing this for your usual host, Edward Nyanku. Well, the global startup economy is worth more than $3 trillion today. Startups are no longer concentrated in hubs, but instead spread across the globe. In the light of this, there has been an increased attention by groups, individuals, and government at all levels to ensure that Ghanaians optimize potential and help grow the economy. But it is also shocking to know that more than 70% of startups fail, and that means the businesses collapse. The question then is, why do many startups fail? Is it because they do not have viable business plan, model, or idea, or they are unable to gain enough traction with customers or cope with competition? But some startups, even after successfully traversing market challenges, still don't have or don't get to manage their business properly to survive. Now, while there is no hard data to support this, the problem seems to be real. This evening, we'll try to find some answers to these questions with our customer relations consultants in the person of Safwa Duncan. And I promise you the conversation is going to be big. But the big question is, why do most startups fail? Is it a lack of business plan, patient capital to nurture their businesses? How important is customer service to startups? Some of these questions will be seeking answers from our guests for tonight's discussion. Before we start with the discussion, let's go for the business language for today. Thank you so much for staying with us. Let's go straight to our guest. Safwa, thank you so much for having you in the studio.
The pleasure is mine.
Let's zoom in straight to our subject of the day. If you look at some of the statistics, that 5 out of 10 startups, 9 out of 10 do not survive. It's scary, it's discouraging for any young man, woman out there who want to start her own business. Why do most startups fail?
That's very interesting, and it's worrying, as you rightly said. But if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Now, most people who want to enter into business don't even know what they are about. So it's like, it's the new cliche in town. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a CEO, and that's just the fun of it. But the actual work, they neglect it, and that's how most startups fail. Now, every business is in to solve a problem. So with your startup, what problem are you solving? What problem have you identified in the society to solve? That is the first thing that you should know. Every business is in to solve a problem. Is it because you saw friend A venturing into delivery services, all of a sudden, oh, I think this thing, you some
selling
sort of,
online,
yeah, then let me also venture into it. No proper planning, no consulting. And in our part of the world, we don't do any consulting before starting a business. We just sit behind our phones. Okay, so if I have 5,000 cedis and I say I buy this, I'll sell it at this price, and I'm going to get this at the end of the month. These people are making money. They need to let me enter into business. Just like that, the person enter into business. Now he enters and he is struck with the reality. And no plan.
And what's the reality?
The reality out there is everything is not smooth as you see it. Some of us carry it so well, so you might think it's not heavy, but it is heavy. You need to understand the market. What, as I mentioned earlier, what problem are you solving? What is your niche? Which group of people? What are the demographics, okay? Is your product into help children, women, even with women, what age range? What financial backgrounds, what class? You need to identify your target. You need to identify all these things before you come out with a product or a service. If you don't, and you go like, oh, okay, so I want to sell, I've been reading online, and it looks like most women now want to venture into the false bill business. And they say, oh, I know somebody who sells false bill. Okay, then me too, let me venture into it. No background research, no consulting, nothing. So you venture into it, probably you go buy a false bill, you don't know the integrities of it, and this particular bill is corporate wear for women, and your target was male. What do? You've lost there. So we need to do proper consulting, ask experts. We need to get expertise advice. And it's not just anybody who is an expert. You should seek proper advice from the proper experts. On Facebook, on social media, everybody is an expert. But then from their results, you can go through their profile, see the comments that are coming through. Is this something that would want you to do business? Yes, the ratings. Is this something that would want you to do business with them?
The question then is it because, as you said, if you go on social media, you find a lot of young people wanting to start their own business. Is it the fact that we don't have a lot of consultants around, or the fees they are charging for their services is also high and kind of put people away?
Well, I think there are consultants in town. Myself, I'm one. There are lots of people that I know who are consulting for startups and stuff like that. But the thing is that we have the perception that consulting is very expensive. With the little money that I have to start my business, why should I go and pay dollars to a consultant?
Even the word consultant
itself. Yes, you know, it sounds so big, so glamorous, so you think then I'll be paying in foreign currency. But that is not it. Sometimes you come to a consultant, you lay bare, just be yourself. That is what I want to do, but I don't have the enough knowledge. Where do I go from here? Who are the people that I should consult? This person can take you through. Now, I have dealt with startups. Most of the times, it has to be free. But you just have to make sure that the person is going by what you said. Sometimes when things are free, people don't, you know, place value on it. That's how come, in most cases, you have to charge.
And those are your pictures on the screen. You seem to be taking some young men and women through. What sort of training is that? Okay,
so these are customer service training. With this, it's a bakery firm. This is the Customer Experience Scale Up 2021. This particular group was startups throughout. So startups who were yearning to know, what do I do as a startup? Especially now, customer experience is the new marketing, whether you like it or yes. The way you care for your customers will determine whether they want to do business with you or the next person. I always tell startups that forget about your competitors. Focus on your customers. If you are my customer and I focus on you, I try to understand you, I build a journey map so I know with you, these are the things that you want. You are more into the digital aspect. So I have to make sure that my digital touch points are on point when it comes to you. With customer B, I have to know that for him, he's an in-shop person. So he always come in, I have to give him my power smile. I have to serve him best, speedy, timely, everything on point.
But talking about customer relation, one of the many problems I have seen for when it comes to startups is the fact that a lot of them are impatient. For example, if I call, I've seen product A, B, C on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, I call to make inquiries. 1-2 minutes, the person is angry. Why am I talking plenty? And I wonder, do you want to sell your products? Are you looking for a long-term customer?
That is true. Now with business, being an entrepreneur, being a CEO that most people are, you know, all running to be entrepreneurs, there is one thing that we forget. You need to work on yourself. You are a brand aside your business. You really need to work on yourself. When I started business, I wasn't like this. I've learned through the process. I've learned that I can't be the old person that I was and still be in business. I need to change. I need to grow. So there was a need for education. There was a need to acquire knowledge. And these are things that startups must do. Develop yourself. Personal development is key. If you are somebody who talks very fast and after you are done, your customers go like, please, I didn't hear anything, then you should know there is a problem and you should learn how to talk in a lower pace that your customers can get you. You are talking about calling startups on phones and stuff like that. Now, almost every WhatsApp account is a business account. But it will surprise you to know that this same business account is being used for personal stuff. This person has gone to the lounge, to the club, and is posting some videos, some pictures that are not business related. Now remember, your customers are watching. Is it the picture that you want to put out there? So these are things that we really need, startups need to work on themselves. The way you talk, the way you present yourself out there. When a customer calls, even if the person doesn't buy, still have to talk nicely to the person. Because sometimes you go like, after the call, if you're the customer, after the call, you go like, I think the way she spoke, I liked it. You let me call back and then patronize him or her. It's as simple as that. So we really need to work on ourselves. The first point is you. Customer service, customer experience begins with you, the business owner. You need to build a culture before you even bring in your staff. If you are doing things anyhow, your staff will come in and also do things anyhow. At the end of the day, you can't complain because this is who you are. This is the picture that you prove to them.
You see, a lot of startups will start relationship rather, but they're not able to nurture and sustain the relationship. And I was thinking that's one of the challenges undermining their growth. I don't know if you agree with me.
I do agree with you. Now, creating relationships, building and sustaining relationship is very difficult. You will need to understand this other person. What are the things that I do that excite him? What are the things that I do that gets him off? What are some of the things that I do? And that's why I mentioned the customer journey map. The customer journey map simply means that if you are my customer, from day one that you entered my shop or from day one that you called my phone that you want to patronize me, I should monitor the way you interact with me. I should monitor how your purchasing power, how the things that you require. I should know all these things. So if I know that for you, you're a digital person, so you rather send a DM that you want to so and so, and you want speed, you want the delivery guy to deliver it at this particular time, I have to make sure that when it comes to you, these things are not missed out. With that, I'm building a relationship with you. Even when I'm unable to serve you the way that I'm supposed to at a certain point in time, you will consider that because this is not who I am. I've built some sort of relationship with you. Now, with our mothers and our aunties, when they come to your shop, hello, auntie, good morning. Oh, I like your dress. And it must be honest. It must be sincere. Don't patronize the person. Sometimes you can clearly see this, but because you want to get this customer, you'll be saying things that you're not supposed to. So be sincere. Oh, the other time you came here with your son, is he in school now? Oh, yes, he's in school. Now this person will be wondering, oh, so she cares that much to the point that she's even asking of my son. Oh, this is a caring person. I'll do business with him or her. Yes. And that is one thing that the digital aspect hasn't taken from customer service, the human touch. When we were in lockdown, people were calling just to hear people's voices. The human touch, we can't do away with it. So make sure that you are doing that to the best of your abilities. If a customer complains in building the relationship, if a customer complains that, I think today, probably you serve in a restaurant or you work in a restaurant, today I think it wasn't the best, maybe it can improve. Take it in good faith. Customers who complain directly to you are a gift from heaven. It's better they complain to you so you work on yourself than they're going outside. Thank you. So these are things that we must do in building relationships.
Well, if you've just joined us, this is Market Avenue, you may be wondering why we are having this very important conversation. Our economy has reached a point where the state is looking to build more entrepreneurs. They're asking graduates to set up and employ others so that together we can address issues of unemployment in the country. That can certainly strive if you consider some of these elements that you may see as not so relevant to you. Will start the business, you patronize the You Start initiative, you get the capital to start the business, but once you don't understand how to build and nurture relationships, the business will not survive. Am I right?
Yes. That's absolutely right. So we should nurture relationships, build them, and then sustain them. Satisfied customers can be advocates. Marketing your product or service can be very expensive. But when you focus on your customers, when you deliver the best of experience to them, you turn them into advocates. They will be going about telling people about the beautiful things you do in your shop or your restaurant or your business. You realize that people will be coming in. Referrals are just great. People will be coming in, oh, customer A mentioned you and I'm here to patronize you. It's so beautiful. So we should make sure that we turn our customers into advocates.
So we're receiving a lot of messages from some of our viewers who are asking, for example, yourself, if they want to get in touch, they have this business idea, they want to get in touch so that they get all the necessary support from ideation to all the processes. How can they locate you?
All right. So I'm the founder and business manager of Dunks Consult. We are located at Hacho. You can call 0249 403 294.
Okay.
0249 403 294.
Are you also taking advantage of the fact that government with this You Start initiative certainly is going to build 1 million entrepreneurs in a year? What sort of, are you taking advantage, those of you in this industry, to collaborate with government so that the some kind of technical assistance that government wants to provide, as that the financial support you may partner in? You have a business to do, you can also support these budding entrepreneurs to become successful?
Yes, so plans are underway to make sure that that is done. For you to be given some sort of grant, some sort of money to do business, you need to have the knowledge. And plans are underway. So we're hoping that it will go through and we'll take it from there. Having said that, there is also an upcoming seminar, the Customer Experience Scale Up. This is the second edition, and it's taking place next week, Saturday, 5th February 2022 at Erata Hotel, East Legon, Accra. Myself will be a facilitator. Dr. Kobe Mensah, a senior lecturer, will be there. And then Odelia Intel, a communication expert, she'll also be around. So if you are a startup, if you are an SME owner, this is for you. You wouldn't want to miss this for anything. You can log on to www.dunksconsult.com and then register, or you can call the number and then we will take it from there.
The entrepreneur watching you right now, what do you have to say to him or her?
Okay, so your business is in to solve a problem. You need to identify this problem and create a solution for it. You need to know your target market. You need to work on yourself. You should know that building a business takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. The CEOs that we are all aspiring to be, they didn't just start overnight. They went through the process, and we must go through the process as well. And seek consulting, seek expert advice, and your business will grow. Make sure that you are giving the best experience to your customers, because customer service is the new marketing.
Thank you so much. Duncan is a customer relations consultant and has been helping us to appreciate some of in starting our businesses and the need for us to engage experts right when we have the ideas to how we can move from there, grow our businesses, nurture, expand, and also employ others. My name is Sanya Brahman. This has been Market Avenue. We'll come back your way on Monday, same time. Edo will surely be in the seat on Monday. Until then, do make a date with us. In the next few minutes, we are coming your way with our major news package. Enjoy the rest of our programs.